my well-wishers, my patrons, and everyone who likes to be present in my class to learn something from my class. I request them to join or to attend so that I may share my ideas with you, so that you may be enriched with your knowledge. Hello, my viewers. Hello, what are you doing? Are you sleeping? No, it's Sunday and all of you are awake. That is why I request all of you to join my class, to attend my class. And my topic of discussion is poetry. What is poetry? Actually, when we are emotional, we compose poems. And we compose poems when we are either romantic or when we are full of sorrows and sufferings, miseries, etc. And that is why we compose poems. Okay? Hello, my patrons, my viewers, and my well-wishers. I just share my ideas about poetry. A poet has already said that it is nothing but the spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. What is poetry or what is a poem? It is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. Clear? Suppose Wordsworth is going to France on a stagecoach. Clear? Uncle Ji, thank you very much. I am very much grateful to you that you are online and I am live streaming. I am really very fortunate that an old haggard, after having retired from my teaching profession, after 37 years, I am talking too much late at night. Okay, that doesn't matter. So what is a poem? A poem is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. Suppose the poet Wordsworth is going to France to meet his mistress on a stagecoach, along or accompanied by his sister Dorothy Wordsworth. And on his way to France, he was so mesmerized, he was so spellbound, he was so hypnotized by the morning beauty of the city of London from the Westminster Bridge that he composed a poem. But Wordsworth believed that a poem cannot be composed immediately or instantly. So he carried the sight in his mind, and at his drawing room, he composed the poem. He believed it, that it cannot be composed instantly. And that is why Wordsworth and Coleridge both jointly wrote a book, The Lyrical Ballads, in which Wordsworth expressed his idea that the sight or the emotion must be carried within you, and it must be composed when there is tranquility, there is a peaceful moment. But Coleridge did not like it. Coleridge used to take opium, and he was always in a trance. He was in a drunken state. He was in a dreamland. And that is why he liked to compose a poem instantly. And he carried a notebook and a pen in his pocket always. And when he saw a rainbow in the sky, he sat down on the alley, that is between the narrow path between the two fields, and started composing a poem. And at that moment, somebody disturbed him, and he woke up from his trance. He woke up from his spell, and at once his world of imagination disappeared or vanished. And the unfinished poem, Kubla Khan, was in our syllabus. When I was a student of MA in English in the University of Calcutta. Kubla Khan. It is an unfinished poem, yet its world of imagination is so nice, so attractive, so charming, that it was included in the syllabus of the University of Calcutta. Clear? However, Coleridge and Wordsworth were two bosom friends, but they differed in their opinion about poetry. Coleridge's Christabel, the rhyme of the ancient mariner, are the famous poems. And Wordsworth's Ode to Immortality from Recollections from Early Childhood, Tintern Abbey, Daffodils are also the famous poems. And think of daffodils. Wordsworth saw a host of golden daffodils beneath the lake, beside the tree. And the sight of the daffodils occupied his mind so much, and so that he carried the sight in his mind. And finally, or ultimately, he composed a poem, The Daffodils. Clear? However, I want to make you remind that a poem is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. It is an emotion. Emotion that is felt very deeply. Wordsworth, Coleridge, Byron, Shelley, Keats, all these romantic poets felt very deeply of their surroundings, of their nature, of human beings, of human minds, etc. And they created immortal poems. Clear? And in our Bengali literature also, Rabindranath Tagore, Jivananda Das, and the modern poets like Narendranath Chakraborty, Buddhadev Bosu, all these poems, also, all these poets also, somebody is writing something. Sir, what are you talking about now? Oh, I am talking about what poetry is, what is the definition of poem, and how Wordsworth and Coleridge wrote their poems, how Shelley and Keats wrote their poems. Clear? Okay, next day I will give information on William Shakespeare. Shakespeare's sonnets are the monumental alabaster. They are the monuments of English literature. 153 or 54 sonnets he composed, and the great tragedies like Macbeth, Julius Caesar, Romeo and Juliet, etc. he wrote. And Shakespeare is still relevant in our modern time because Shakespeare thought of human life from its eternal values, which will remain unchanged so long as human beings will exist. That is why Shakespeare is also relevant even today. Thanking all of you, good night. And the next day, I will tell you about Shakespeare and his sonnets, his tragedies, etc. Comedies, as you like it, 12th Night, etc. I will tell you everything about Shakespeare. Okay, good night today.